Well, here we are, back at it again. Uh, Something that I've learned is when I'm putting something back together and it don't come together right, uh, is because I have to end up taking it apart again anyway. So my batteries, I'm updating my battery bank. Yes, I have 4 batteries instead of 2 because I don't have that kind of money. No, $1,200, $1,500 to put on some batteries for one. So we have to rig it and make it work. Altogether, I have 360 amp hours between the 4 batteries. The first time we did this, the gentleman where I purchased my batteries from, he went ahead and got all the cables together and everything because I didn't know what I was doing. And he wired it for 24 volt instead of 12 volt. So that was not ideal for my situation, for my setup. So I would have to undo it anyway. But I was the main culprit. At my fault. I installed everything wrong when I rewired the situation. This rat nest of wiring back here, I wired everything all wrong and drained my batteries bone dry. So I had to take everything apart and drop it off where I got them from so the gentleman can go ahead and charge them back up for me. So now we figured out how to wire it in series and not parallel, and how to sit them up underneath there so it's not in the way of anything. All right, I'll get back to you when I get all this stuff situated. One thing is, a good thing is, I measured it, and they're going to go from this end to that end, and it only take up half the spot underneath the bed. The first time I did it, it went all the way back there, and that got in the way of everything. Yes, that black bucket, you already know. So let's get to cracking. Let's get busy. Well, we got the batteries in. They're in perfectly. So now let's wire this thing up. Let's go ahead and I'm going to have to cut some of the cables because the way it was configured the first time, there's a lot of cables that's long. I might not need it that long. We'll see. I don't know. It'll be a waste of terminals if I cut the cables to reconnect the ends. So let's get the show on the road. We got the batteries all connected. They're not screwed down tight, but I got the wires in there. And now we need to hook everything up to get ourselves some power and button this situation up. But before anything, I got some L brackets I need to put down here so these things don't slide while I drive, because I hit the brakes be on the other situation and woo, the batteries was almost up at the front seat. Not good. So now that the initial wiring is in, I have to hook up the components, but the initial wiring is in. Let's go ahead and bolt it down. Right now I'm just going to fix it so it don't shift back and forth, and then I'll take a strap and bolt it down later. I need to find some L brackets. Be back. We are down to the wire. I got this panel up with my what's that? Solar power controller, my fuse block, and my master control switch. So all I have to do is plug this up, positive to the negative, positive and the negative, power up the solar power, and we are done for now. I do have to connect my inverter, but I got a, what is that thing called? A new battery monitor, so I can actually see what's coming in and going out and everything. It's not like I totally understand it, but I have to hook up a shunt to that, and I got to get some wiring for that. So I'll go to Ace Hardware so I can buy it by the foot. But something else I did today was, turning around, hooked up the shore power. I got a 15 amp shore power plug. So when I get to a campsite now, or boondock at somebody's house, or should we say dry dock at someone's house, I can plug in and power up. That's just there on the side of the van. It's not hooked up inside yet, because I gotta get finished with this foolishness. All of this first. With this rat trap right here, I'm gonna go ahead and use this, put this in there and shove it underneath there. Call it a day. We are done for today. Everything is in there, wired up and tight, except for the inverter. I'll do that tomorrow. Forgive the rat's nest about this. In a way, I'm kind of glad I didn't shorten it. Now, in the original state, there was absolutely no way I could do what I needed to do. So this was a plus. But everything is in there, situated just right. I got my solar going on. That's reading wonderfully. Right here is reading 13.1. My batteries is full and it's at 12 volt. At first it was 24 volt and it just drained immediately. So we're good for now. Gonna go to the store, get this stuff situated, go to the store, get some dinner, call it a day.